I don't think we need another trait, but languages. You can speak, read, write. Right, Ishaltith, the Imperial Tongue, and one additional language. Oh, common Ashalteth. And you know what, just to prevent confusion, I'll just add one additional language of your choice. Yeah, one additional language of your choice. And I'm obviously like Merati or Dazi would be, you know, good choices. So oh boy. It looks like I might be having issues with the stream manager again. That's what we love to see. Absolutely great. I didn't realize that my stream manager froze. If you've been typing in the chat, I've been looking at it, but I haven't really. And then I've noticed that it like froze and everything. So wonderful. Oh, fuck. I think I'm going to add cultural notes in here. So like I've said before, I want them to feel like Zoroastrian Fravashi manifestations. Maybe a little bit of a touch of Moses's encounter with the burning bush. Because like the phoenix isn't just a symbol to them; it's a literal celestial being that chose them. So the Ashalan claim doesn't. The Ashalan claim descent from a race of desert elves touched by the divine fire of the great phoenix. The phoenix is not just a symbol. It is believed to be a literal celestial being that chose them through flame and dreams. Oops, there is no G in the. How dare I do that? Let's see. Where am I going with this next? I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this, because like how the Nazis use occultism and Vedic purity narratives to use mythic genealogies for Aryan supremacy ideology. I kind of want to do that with the Ashalan culture as well. Just because like they're rewriting over the peoples that they've conquered. So their Elven heritage echoes the mythos of the fallen peoples within their realm, painting themselves as reborn stewards of the desert. So the Merati, I want the Merati to feel like Toltec and Aztec nobility, and I want the Dazi to feel a lot like the pre-Islamic Bedouin and Tangrism. So I do want this to mirror like the Spanish Inquisition, and how they like purged these peoples as they took over the land. So during the conquest era known as what did I put up here? Woo. Was it down here? No, it was, yeah. Oh yeah, it was up here. On Zira. As on Zira, the Ashalan purged the Merati and Dazi. Dragon blooded Merati and the nomadic Canid-like Dazi ancestries. Wait a minute. Arcane ancestries. Bring it back to the mage blood purge as well while we're at it. I'm trying to think, like, do I want to bring in like a little bit of like Hammurabi style legalism, Persian satrapy, Islamic Caliphate administration? Uh, maybe we're good with this. And we move on to Merati for now. And maybe we revisit this. So I am just going to Control C, Control V the whole thing. And blank out everything so I have a template. Because like I said, I am somewhat lazy. Why reinvent the wheel if you don't have to? But yeah. So we are at the Merati. Um, by Fang, Claw, by Fang or Claw, Blood War, and the Dunes Endure. Let's see. The Merati descend from Orcish warriors, warlords, who forged sacred covenants with the dragons during the old Wars of Flame. They believed dragons to be the eternal judges of the sky and trusted with burning away the weak and preserving strength through trial. The warlords knelt willingly to the great worms, exchanging conquest for communion. Yeah. Yeah, so I think what we want to do with them is we want them to be a strength +2 and a wisdom +1. Merati mature at a pace similar to humans, but often live slightly longer, reaching lifespans of up to 120 years. I think that's good enough. Size. Merati are broad shoulders and sinewy, standing between 5 foot 8 inches and 6 foot 4 inches. Your size is medium. You know, I think I just put FT, so we're gonna go back with FT. Let's desert tempered. You have resistance to fire damage and are acclimated to the extreme heat. You suffer no penalties in arid or sun scorched environments. Scales of the Divine. You bear tough, draconic patches of scale inherited from your sacred bloodlines. When unarmored, your AC equals 13 plus your dexterity modifier. You can still use a shield and gain this benefit. I think that works. Breath of the Ancients. Choose a damage type when you select this race. Oh, there we go. Acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. We're not going crazy with all the new stuff. We're sticking to the basics of the dragons. This represents yeah, there we go. The draconic ancestry prevalent in your bloodline. You gain how you know what? At 5th level, you can cast Dragon's Breath, matching your chosen element type once per long rest. Wisdom is your spellcasting modifier for this ability. You know what? I'm gonna change this. You are acclimated to extreme heat. This represents the draconic ancestry prevalent in your bloodline. You have resistance to your chosen element. Damage resistance. Damage resistance to your chosen element at the 5th. There we go. That reads a lot better. Maybe instead of breath, it's now breadth. Ceremonial memory. You are proficient in the religion skill. You also gain advantage on intelligence or like history checks to recall historical or mythological lore regarding dragons, the desert, or your people's rituals of power. Languages you can speak, read, and write common. Erotic. A draconic inflected dialect. Draconic? Nah, we'll go ahead and leave Draconic out. Oh, fuck. I want to do some stuff like mirroring the flower wards of the Mexica. I want to do something with the spiritual kingship of Quetzalcoatl. I want to echo the destruction of Mesoamerican codices by Spanish colonists. And I want to do something with like textile traditions and Mayan ceremonial clothing. If I'm being real here. So let's see. Their ancient cities were fortified by step temples, solar aligned, and built atop dragon burial sites. Rulers were chosen by ordeal. 0151. Oh, I could have sworn. There we go. There we go. There's my M dash. Bathing in ash and surviving the breath of a wormling to prove divine favor. religious warfare among Merati clans revolved around capturing worthy foes for ritual sacrifice, not domination. The Ashalan purges shattered the Merati heritage. Dragon eggs were burned in public